So I'm having a little trouble with my Genie garage door opener. This one did okay for a few months, but now when I come out to open the door, the first try, the door doesn't open at all. And barely. First try, second try, and finally opens on the third try. Supposedly, if you release the door from the track at 4 feet, the door should balance, it shouldn't drift up or down. I have done that and it works fine. Also, you're supposed to do a reverse test where you put a 2x4 down where the door lands, the door shuts, hits the 2x4, and it reverses direction. And it did that. So everything's working the way it's supposed to work. I'm going to probably try adjusting the force limit, which they say you shouldn't do to correct any other problems, but I don't know of any other problems, so I think I'm going to try that today. I'm going to adjust the up-down one more time, make sure that's working right first. So you start by pressing the down, the one with the minus sign is the down travel. Press and hold it until the blue light comes on. When you let go, it blinks. And then you press the down and hold it until the door closes fully, but shouldn't overclose. It looks like I overclosed a little because I've got some droop. I've got a little droop in the belt on the right side, so I'm going to adjust that back up a tiny bit. That's pretty equal. And then you press and hold the square button in the middle to set the travel. Now the travel should be set for the down limit. For the up limit, you do exactly the opposite. So I'm going to press the plus button, hold it till the light blinks, and let go, and then press and hold the up travel until the door is all the way open. So I'm going to press this button in the middle, and that sets the up travel. So they say force settings are pre-programmed at the factory and applied during the open-close limit steps. For normal use, these settings should not be adjusted. Well, I've already done everything else, and the door just doesn't want to open after it rests. So we are going to adjust the force settings for the up force. So I'm going to press both buttons at once and release, and that thing's flashing, and then I'm getting a purple, just purple. So all right, so that's set at 4, and it can go clear up to 9. So I'm going to increase it up a little. Let's try 1. So violet is 6. Probably hard to see. I'm going to go up 1, and that's red and off, so that should be level 7. Hit the set button. So here we are the next morning. Let's see if this thing opens. No. Well, it opened in 2 tries, so it's better than 4. And that's with the power set all the way up to the next to the highest lift force setting. So I've still got a real problem here. I'm on hold with the Genie people. We're doing the same stuff we did last time. And it's working great because it's warm now. So we'll see where this goes. So this sat all night. I'm going to release it from the track and see if the belt will travel normally without the door attached. They suggested I do this. Alright, so the belt's traveling fine all by itself. So clearly the system is unhappy when it has the load on it. They said there's actually some kind of a fiber optic relay or something that can break down. So this test is to make sure that's not the problem. Once it gets started, it's still a pretty good lift. It's worse higher up. But right about here, it will actually balance. That's even a little below 4 feet. If I get it down here, I caught it there so it wouldn't slam, but right about there it wants to go down pretty hard. So I'm guessing the springs are needing to be tightened a little bit. I'm going to adjust the springs about probably a 3/4 turn, put a little more torque on them, try to balance the door a little better. There's a really good video on this. I'm not going to try to compete with that one. It's excellent. I'll make a reference to it. I made my own bars out of 1/2-inch rebar. Just filed the ridge off and then a little bit of the burr type stuff, and they fit okay. Put a little 2x4 here too, so I have something to rest them against. This one doesn't feel nearly as tight as the other side did. This one may have slipped. I wonder if that's what happened. Definitely easier to lift. Right about here it started wanting to fall. Here it's falling, but not nearly as much. I think that got it. I hope so. So now when I try to close it, it stops partway down and goes back up. Like, I'm going to try resetting the travel limits, but it's almost like it thinks it has to push down at that point. Alright, so after resetting the travel limits, it goes all the way up and down like it's supposed to. I really think the spring on the right had slipped. It's probably what happened, or they're worn a little, or both, but I think it's going to work fine now. If it doesn't, this is not the end of the video.